pond rescue. This video is to go over the setup, usage, and maintenance of a LIPVACS system construction model. The construction model is used primarily in the construction industry, road building, anywhere where you need to treat water before discharging it back into a system. Designed specifically for ease of use, with some quick couplings, quick setup, very quick priming mechanism, and it also comes in this lockable construction type box. Everything you need is in this box. So for the course of this video, we'll do a few things. One is we'll go through the parts as they come out of the box, and I'll describe them to you and how they should be mounted. The second part of the video is we'll go out to a pond and we'll demonstrate for you how to install it, how to insert the polymer logs, and how to get your system up and running in the most efficient manner. So the next thing we'll do is we'll open the box and take the parts out. Okay. Everything you need to set up the LIPVACS comes in this box. So the pipes are cut, the hoses are cut, all so they fit in this box. It's very easy to use. You can go out to any site and set it up very, very quickly. I will take the parts out one at a time so that you have an understanding of what it is. You can add or remove to these parts as you see fit, and based on the installation or the type of pond or the location, whatever might make the job a little bit easier. So, starting with these connections, this is a 2-inch flexible hose that has a pump connection. And I'll demonstrate these pump connections a little bit later. So you have 2 of these, one for the intake, and one for the discharge. And they both have pump connections. This is a spring-loaded check valve that goes near the intake filter. Again, we'll show you how all these parts go together, just making an introduction. Check valve. This is the intake filter system. And it's not truly a filter, it's more of a sieve. What we want to do is keep the larger chunks, leaves, that sort of thing out of the pumping system. This actually lays on the bottom of the pond or the water body. So we're drawing water off the bottom, bringing it up to the pump, aerating it, discharging it through PAM, and then out back into the water, establishing a very, very rapid mixing and dissolving rate so that you get the most out of your polymers as soon as possible. This is what we call the hard pipe. It's a 32-inch with a male and a female connection on each end. This is what you'll be connecting to the flexible pipes so that you can get the intake out into the water and you can get the discharge properly aligned. You'll have 3 of these in your box. This is the first part of the discharge, what we affectionately call the PAM cannon. This is the middle and last piece of the PAM cannon. And of course, we'll show you how it all goes together. This should demonstrate to you, this is the pump, the venturi, and the intake system already in the box. It's small and it's compact, and it does it. For the construction of the discharge, it's just as simple, except we're using 4-inch pipe. And the reason for that is we developed a polymer log that slides into the 4-inch pipe. The pump bringing up the water and the air discharge that into the 4-inch pipe, creating a terrific amount of mixing and dissolving of the polymer. So you get your contact time, you get your discharge, you get your flock settling, and it all happens from the pump to the discharge, utilizing what we affectionately call a PAM cannon. You'll see why in just a minute. Very simple to put together. 3 parts. This is the part that is closest to the pump. Simple clean out. This is where the PAM will be inserted. Now it's a PAM log that's long and skinny, and it'll slide right in there. Again, our demonstration out of the pond will show you just how easy it is. When you're ready, take part number 1, screw in part number 2. Again, watch your threads. You really don't want to bang them up. This just needs to be hand tight. That's it. Now, I'll have to slide this way a little bit. And the last part goes on. Again, hand tight. I don't think I can get it all in the camera, but you can see why we call it a PAM cannon. The PAM lies in here, all the way down. You're going to have 110 gallons a minute of water. You're going to have 12 cubic feet a minute of air, all fighting and beating up against the PAM log that's laid in here, causing mixing, dissolving, and it's a very straightforward, simple solution. You can mix and match the smaller 2-inch pipes to meet your needs, your topography. If you need to make up some other sized fittings and pipes, they are standard 2-inch fittings that you can purchase anywhere. Typically what we have found is that the 15 feet is plenty of space to get the intake on the bottom and then the discharge out into the water. When we go out to the pond, you will see just how well it works, how quiet it is, and how easy it is to set up. A few notes. First, the discharge, the PAM cannon if you will, when it does not have a PAM log in it, it will float as long as the pump is running. It will be on the surface of the water. When the PAM log is inserted, you will see it sinks. A good tip, a good trick, just by visualizing, if the pipe is floating, you know your PAM and your PAM log has completely dissolved and it is gone. So it would be time to insert another, or possibly the job would be over. You can just reverse the installation instructions, pack up the box, and go right out to the next site. The pump runs on 115 volt. It only uses 390 watts of electricity. So a 1 kW generator would be more than enough to run this day in and day out. The box is lockable, and it also has ears for padlocks if you need to secure it even further. Maintenance. After each use, typical routine maintenance will make the equipment last and function much better. We suggest that you, when you disconnect the lines, you take a look at the impeller, you take a look at the pump housing, and you make sure everything's intact and that there isn't anything built up, leaves, sticks, any debris that might have gotten in there that'll reduce the efficiency of the pumping system. Check your electrical connections. Check the threads. Make sure that they're protected so that you can use this over and over again very easily. It's again, it's a very simple, elegant solution to a complicated problem. LIPVACS will dissolve and mix a standard flock log in about 100 hours or less. So you can treat almost a million gallons of water in 100 hours or less. A million gallons of water is about 3 acre-feet, so it's a 1 acre pond 3 feet deep, just to give you a reference point. Well, now let's go out to the